just rejected a guy in Kroger, and the security guard had to escort me outside for safety to my car. Story time. Real story. That just happened just now. I'm literally shaking. So if my word is mumbling, that's because I'm still trying to process what just happened to me. So I simply went to Kroger, minding my business, to go get some fruits and some veggies to prep my meal for me and my kids. And I noticed that there were two guys around just lurking. They really wasn't doing anything, but because I have my baby, my focus immediately start paying attention to their asses, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to be judging people. They might just be doing their own thing, but I'm still gonna keep an eye. It is sad that we have to do this as women, but again, your intuition is never wrong, so don't ignore it when you feel like something is up. So while I was minding my business, picking up my fruits and stuff with my baby in the cart, one of the guys just kept passing my cart. And I was like, okay, this is weird, but he was picking up some bananas. I'm like, okay, maybe they're fucking shopping. That's what I'm thinking. So as I left the fruit aisle to go pick up some yogurt, one of the guy pat me on my shoulder, and I turned around. And, well, I didn't know it was one of them, but when they pat me on my shoulder, I turned around and I noticed it was him. And I said, hi. And he said, hi. And he proceeded to ask me, where is the cocoa in the store? And I said, I don't know where's the cocoa. I don't know. And I was like, maybe you can ask somebody in the front. And he was like, so can I have your number? And I said, no, I'm sorry. You cannot have my number. And I started pushing my cart. And you know when somebody pulled your shoulder, like, okay, you need to come back. I'm not done talking to you. That's exactly what he did. So I said, excuse me, you don't touch me like that. You don't do that shit. Like, that is very disrespectful. Don't touch me. So I immediately just forget about the yogurt and everything, and I start pushing the cart towards the register. He proceeded to follow me to the register, like close to the register, and I was like, dude, what do you want? And he was like, I'm just asking you for your number. So the other guy I saw coming towards us. And I was like, okay, this is not looking good. Let me just leave this shit inside of the grocery store and head to where the security guard is. So I told the security guard what was going on, and he was like, okay, I will escort you out in a minute. Just stay right here. So he walked up to the guys, and he was like, I don't know what he asked them, but they started laughing. And they was like, look at this mother effing clown trying to question me. That's exactly what they said to the guy, the security. So the security was like, okay, let me escort you out. And he was like, do you want any grocery? I said, no, I don't want any grocery because I just want to go home with my kid because I have my baby. So while he was taking me to my car, the guys, they walked out the store as well, and they started yelling at the security guard. They started calling out his name, and he was like, don't pay attention to them because if they come at me, I will be able to protect you and your kid. And I'm so grateful for that security because he didn't have to, but he did. I ended up being in the car safely, and I pulled off and I drove around a little bit before I had come straight home because I didn't want nobody to be following me because I don't know if they was following me or not. But my thing is, why is it so hard for men to take rejection? When a woman says no, why is it so hard for you to respect that shit? Respect when a woman tell you no. It's a reason why she said no. She's just not interested. And for her to feel unsafe because she said no, it's crazy. Like, what happened to respecting people boundaries? What happened to respecting people, period? Why do I have to think about you taking my life because I said no? I just don't understand, y'all. So please, ladies, be safe out there. And men, start acting like men now, please. If a woman says no, respect that. Respect her no.
Women, we really need to start being politer and more respectful when we reject these men. Now, while I am not justifying a single mad thing men do, I do think as women, we need to be aware that we are contributing to the toxicity of this dating environment. Being nicer would take us a long way. And I'm not talking about men nice, where they're like, smile. Like, baby, leave me alone. I am talking about a man who is not your type for whatever reason approaching you because he thinks you are attractive, beautiful, look good, whatever the word is. And a lot of women's response to that is very rude, it's very dismissive, it's very patronizing. Now, no individual wants to be embarrassed, full stop, period. But men are created with such pride and ego, even if they don't always show it, that that kind of humiliation can affect a man differently. And we have seen this play out in the extreme on the news and social media, where women are getting killed, fisted up, followed, attacked for not giving a man their number and, being polite about it, trying to diffuse the situation. I'm not talking about that. All the men in those situations absolutely need to be buried underneath the jail cell. Like, to be clear, you are crazy. Nobody owes you anything. And that woman must have clearly had discernment to not want to give you her number, because clearly you was fucking doolally. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the sane men, not the crazy men. But women, there are a lot of us who, when these men who are sane and just have positive intentions in terms of find us attractive and want to move things forwards with us, there is a way that we are interacting which is making those men walk away feeling small. And nobody should be feeling small when their intention to speak to you was positive. Because whether or not you want to pursue things with that man is approaching you because he thinks you're attractive. That is a positive thing. Well, at least it's not a negative thing. But what we don't realize happens is a lot of men, especially when they're younger, they experience these negative interactions when they're trying to pursue women who are not interested in them. And the shame and the humiliation of the interaction, because of the way a lot of times the woman has handled it, leaves him feeling upset, angry, hurt.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about um the potential dangers of rejecting a man. And I'm not just talking about an awkward or uncomfortable situation. Sometimes a simple no can have unexpected or even dangerous consequences. So we're going to talk about this and what we can do to handle rejection safely and respectfully. So I had to put the videos together so that you watch and learn. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Okay, so let's start by understanding where this stems from. Rejection at its core is a part of life. We all face it and it helps us grow and become more resilient. However, some people react more strongly to it than others, especially if there are underlying issues like insecurity, low self-esteem, or even cultural beliefs that can influence how a man perceives rejection. Why rejection can be hard for some men. Many men are raised to see rejection as a personal failure, always as a blow to their masculinity. They may feel like their self-worth is low, is at stake, okay? In societies where masculinity is tightly associated with winning or succeeding in romantic pursuits, for some men, rejection taps into deep-rooted feelings of inadequacy or vulnerability, which can make it really difficult to accept a simple no gracefully. The emotional reaction to rejection. Now everyone has emotion tied to rejection. It's in nature. But when this emotion is carried into something dangerous, that's where the problem begins. Some men might respond with anger, frustration, or even revenge seeking behavior. They might try to save face or control the situation in unhealthy ways. It can be unsettling, and sometimes it can even escalate to forms of harassment. Real world consequences of rejection of a man uncomfortable. We have heard stories where rejection has led to stalking, threats, even violence. Many women report being followed or intimidated just because they turned down someone. And while these cases may seem extreme, they are more common than you might think. It's crucial to recognize that if a man responds poorly to rejection, it's a reflection of his an inability to manage emotions, not a reflection of the woman's action. Safety measures in rejection situations. So let's talk about what you can do if you find yourself needing to reject someone. Try to keep these tips in mind. First, be clear but very gentle. Sometimes we feel the need to soften our words, which is fine, but don't leave room for misinterpretation. Second, if you're in public place, ensure that you're somewhere safe, just in case the rejection is taken badly. And if you feel uncomfortable at all, don't hesitate to inform or to involve family members to ensure you're not alone. Always prioritize your safety first, okay? If you feel the other person's reaction may seem harmless initially, okay, let's talk about online rejection can be tricky too. These days, online interaction can also make rejection tricky. Rejection, though, through text or online dating apps often feel safer, but they can sometimes be messier. Some people feel more emboldened behind the screen and may lash out because of this perceived distance. So it's still important to stay mindful and protect your personal information online, encouraging emotional growth in men. One of the best ways to prevent these dangerous situations is by encouraging emotional growth. Men need space to talk about their feelings, accept rejection, and deal with it, vulnerability in a healthy way. In the long run, a society that promotes emotional awareness in men can reduce incidents where rejection leads to anger or aggression. In the end, rejecting someone is simply part of dating in life. No one should feel unsafe for saying no, but it's also important to recognize the reality of the situation. If you ever feel that rejection might be risky, trust your instincts and take precautions. And for those who are watching, you may have first rejection before. Remember that it doesn't define your worthy or who you are. It's just a moment, and there's a healthy way to cope and move on. Yeah, so we've offered I know it hurts. Someone who you like just turns you down, saying no, I don't want you. I can't go on with this relationship. Yeah. So there's this video which I just watched on TikTok where there was this woman from South Africa and was dating this guy. So this guy was cheating, and she later found out that this guy was in a relationship with her for 4 years and with another girl for 3 years. Meaning this man has this girlfriend in the picture of the other girl. So the other girl told the man that we can't continue because look what you're doing. It's like you're not ready to date. Yeah, so this is when this man told the girl, no, I'm not even dating this girl. So later they started communicating with other girl, and she told her that I've told your man that she should come to you, but he's refusing, saying that you're the one who claim him. Yeah. So later that woman was so hard on him, they decided to come back to the other lady. When he came back, asking questions, he wasn't even giving proper answers. You get? Yeah. So he ended up coming and break all the cards for the girl. He was so obsessed. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next episode. Okay. So I don't know, have you ever faced rejection, and how did you handle it as a person? Man, how do you handle rejection, and how did you react? How did you feel? Because I know the feeling is something else. Yeah, so I don't know what you think, guys. Yeah, so that's the video for today. Let's keep subscribing to the channel, and let's keep growing every time. So guys, I really appreciate you, and for always coming. Kindly share this video, guys. Okay, share this video to your family members. All I can say for now is bye bye, guys.